Love him or hate him, Elon Musk, you guys, is about to completely disrupt the content marketing business industry with what he's doing on Twitter. And everybody should be paying attention because this is going to completely shake things up. It's going to dismantle this entire process that I think that all of these other social media platforms have been using over the last number of years. And it's going to mean a lot of incredible and amazing things for content creators in general. So pay attention. This is not necessarily focused on YouTube, but if you are a YouTube creator, you're definitely going to want to think about this because there's a lot of things, a lot of reasons why you might want to be moving your content over to Twitter in the near future. And I'm definitely very bullish on Twitter right now and what's coming down the pipeline. So before I get into what Twitter is doing, I want to talk about Threads for just a second because it's important to note what's going on in the whole ecosystem. So Zuckerberg created Threads. He dropped it a few weeks ago. I think it's now been over a month. Immediately got 100 million users on the platform by just basically saying, hey, if you're on Instagram and you move over, you can take a whole bunch of your audience with you over to Threads. Made it really easy for people to just jump over, drag all of their followers with them, so they'd have this automatic audience as soon as they came in, and they would get automatic engagement as soon as they came in. The biggest problem with it that I saw, that I experienced personally, is that Zuck and Meta started force-feeding you these accounts that were politically charged or were definitely swaying to one particular side of the aisle, and you got a taste of that immediately. They also started suppressing content on both sides of the aisle. So it left a lot of users feeling like they couldn't have an open conversation simply because things that the platform thought were politically charged in nature, they would suppress. So because that was a lot of users' first experience with it, it kind of shot Zuckerberg in the foot immediately out of the gate and made people stop using it almost immediately. Now here we are a month into it and people have left the platform. They're down by 50% and the user rate is even lower than that. It's not looking good for Zuck. According to this Yahoo article, in just 5 days, Threads reported 100 million signups, but now here we are on August 1st, and it says that more than half of those people have stopped checking in since the app's initial launch last month. I've been back a couple of times, and I've noticed that Threads have become stale and that users aren't getting as much engagement on their content as they did immediately out of the gate. Now, the second thing that's causing a headache for Mark Zuckerberg is that immediately upon release, Elon threatens a lawsuit against Meta, alleging that Meta hired dozens of Twitter employees to launch a copycat app. Now, Meta is disputing the claims. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But if you look at the platform, it's very similar to Twitter. And now, you guys know how I feel about Zuck. I've talked about him on the podcast. I've talked about him in a number of these videos. I think the guy's a slime ball. I think that he has just stolen his way to the top. Now, obviously, he's very successful. And I know some of you guys are going to be like,
you're just bitter that he's a billionaire.
I really don't care what he is. The point is that he's not an innovator. He stole the Facebook from the Winklevoss twins. He bought Instagram. The only thing that he's really tried to innovate was the metaverse. We'll see how that turned out. Not so well. Now he's on to Threads, and Threads is an exact copycat of Twitter. If you guys just take a look at it, you can see it's an exact copycat. And the third thing that is creating a massive migraine for Mark Zuckerberg is that Twitter announced payouts for creators who are creating on Twitter, who are moving their content over to Twitter. And these aren't just nickels and dimes, folks. Remember when YouTube released their creator fund in February and Zach King was talking about making a couple $1,000s for hundreds of millions of views on his shorts? No. Twitter is paying users tens of thousands of dollars in some cases for impressions on their content. So as soon as Threads came out, Elon announced this and people migrated back over to Twitter because they wanted that money. They want that money, yo. My overarching point in this is that Twitter is a valuable platform right now for a number of reasons. Number one, because it's a great place to have an open dialogue with members of both political parties, both sides of the aisle. It's better now than at any point in history simply because you can have open dialogue, whereas these other platforms are shutting it down. That's not a good thing, and that's going to result in a lot of people leaving these other platforms that they feel like their content isn't safe. I've even had content removed from YouTube that was 100% totally fine in compliance because some triggered button pusher at YouTube headquarters decided the content was not okay. And I swear to you, I've never done anything bad on the this platform other than voice an opinion, and I've had that content removed. That's not cool. Twitter, hands down, is the safest platform for free speech, and that makes it really enticing for creators. And the second reason is because of the creator payouts. Now, I want to read to you what Elon Musk dropped just today that is fascinating and is going to lead to a lot more people creating on the platform. Check this out. He says, super important to support creators. If you can afford it, please subscribe to as many creators on this platform as you find interesting. People from every corner of the world post incredible content on X, but often live in tough circumstances where even a few $100s a month changes their life. While we have had previously said that X would keep nothing for the 12 months, then 10%, we are amending that policy to X keeps nothing forever until the payout exceeds $100,000, then 10% for the first 12 months is still free for all. Apple does take 30%, but I'll speak with Tim Cook and see if that can be adjusted to be just 30% of what X keeps in order to maximize what creators receive. Elon Musk, and I know this is a marketing ploy, I know this is just to earn goodwill of the community, of the world. Elon Musk is basically saying, hey, we want creators to make as much money as possible, and we only want to take money from creators who reach a certain threshold. YouTube doesn't do that. TikTok certainly doesn't do that. Instagram doesn't do that. Twitter is the only one that's doing that, and Elon Musk is fighting for everybody. This is why I am super bullish on Twitter, and I'm trying to move things over to Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's I am Scott Simpson, Simpson without a P, and it's I am, not I am. I'm Scott Simpson. Come follow me on Twitter. This is why I think that Twitter is going to be a dominating force on social media. If you guys look at some of the content creators that are posting videos on Twitter already, they're already getting a ton of views and a ton of engagement. It's huge. I posted a video on there with a couple thousand subscribers, got a couple hundred views, but my Twitter account has ultimately been dead. I'm going to start migrating a lot of my content over to Twitter simply because it's easy to get in front of people. And their algorithm is pretty good at serving content to the right eyeballs that'll be a good fit for your content. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, leave them down in the description. If you're a business owner and you want to be more successful with YouTube, you can listen to the podcast, got a link in the description, or you can click the link down there and watch our video training on how we've helped some of our clients go from where they were, a couple hundred subscribers, thousands of subscribers, up to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers. We'd love to chat with you as well. Other than that, watch this video and this video. See you on the next one.